Good afternoon, all of you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Prajakta. Let's start today's session. Yeah, I am sharing my screen. Its screen is visible for everyone.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay. In last session, we have seen the concurrent executions. So concurrent execution is nothing but the executing multiple transactions simultaneously. Okay. So there are so many advantages of the concurrent execution. Because of that, we are applying the concurrent executions in database system to perform the transaction smoothly. So it improved the throughput. Okay. Throughput means what? The number of transactions that can be executed in a given amount of time. That is nothing but the throughput. It's also increase the resource utilizations. It is about using various system resources like disk, CPU concurrently. Again, the fourth advantages of the concurrent execution is that it reduces the waiting time. So concurrent execution of transaction would reduce the waiting time of other transactions too. And fourth one is the average response time of transaction increase. The average response time is consumed by a transaction to a complete since its start called the average response time. So it get increased because of the concurrent executions. These are the four advantages. Then though the concurrent executions have more advantage than the sequential execution, concurrency executions also face some kinds of problems. These are the lost update problem, that is nothing but the write conflict. Then the dirty read problem, that is nothing but the write read conflict. And unrepeatable read, that is nothing but the read write conflict. Okay, so let's see each problem. We already covered these points, just revising these points. Lost update problem, that is nothing but the write conflict. Suppose two transactions in a database access the same data item and have their operation in interlinked manner. That makes the value of some database is incorrect. That is means one two users are operating on a same data at a times. They want to update the same data. So that is nothing but the write conflict. When we are performing the concurrency, then we may face this kind of problem. That is the write conflict. Then dirty read problem, it's also called as a write read problem. Suppose in one transaction T1 updates the data item of the transaction and then that transaction fails due to some reason, but its updates are accessed by the someone other transaction. Particular transaction T1 updates some data partially, but in meanwhile that transaction get fails, and so one of the transaction read that partially updated data. So that is nothing but the dirty read problem. So because at that time our database is in inconsistent state and that value get transferred to the other, that's why this is the one of the problem. Then The unrepeatable read, that is the read-write conflicts. It's also known as the inconsistent retrieval problem. Unrepeatable read, that is the read-write conflict. If the transaction T1 reads a value of data item twice, and the data item is changed by another transaction T2 in between. The two reads operation, hence T1 access two different values. Yes, T1 reads specific data item twice, and meanwhile, anyone comes and change the value of what is going to access by the T1. Okay, so first read and second read, there is a difference. So that kind of problem is nothing but the unrepeatable read problem. So when we want a concurrency, parallelism in our, but though it have many advantages, sometimes we face these kind of problems. So to avoid these kind of problems, we had to schedule. We have to schedule our transaction, our operations in very well manners. So what is the transaction schedule? So transaction are the set of instructions, and these instructions perform operation on database. Yes, it's a set of instructions and we have to perform in a specific way. So multiple transactions are running concurrently, then there needs to be sequence in the which operation are performed. Okay. This sequence of operation is known as the schedule. We are the managing the operation of the transactions. It may be a serially or it may be a non-serially. Serially means what? Serial manners means after completing transaction T1, we are starting the transaction T2. Okay. But this not happen practically. Yes, it is easy, it's simpler, but it's inefficient. Suppose within India, there is a railway reservation system. I also yesterday told this example. If at a time only one user can reserve or can perform the operation on database, so is it feasible? No, not at all, because the waiting time get increased. So parallel or non-serial operation is important. There are two types of schedule, that is the serial and non-serial. Here, this one is the example of the serial schedule. So, and serial schedule also called as a non-interleaved schedule or interleaved executions. It's simple, easy to handle. Each and every time when we are performing the serial schedule, the data before the transaction as well as the after the transaction 100% in a consistent state. Consistent when the transaction is in a serial, but it's not an efficient one. It uh, increase the waiting time. So we are moving to the non-serial schedule. In non-serial, the overlap between the transaction is there, means T1 and T2, there is overlapping, they executing simultaneously. Here is the example. See, T and TB, these are the two transactions and their work is overlap. Read R of X, read by the TA transaction. Then R of X in TB, it's performed by the TB transaction. These are the two. This overlapping of the transaction is there. Okay, but non-serial schedule has a many advantages, but as any transaction should maintain the acid property, atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. But when we are performing non-serial schedule, it may happen that before transaction, it is database should be in our consistent, but after transaction, uh, it may left as an inconsistent state. So we should fulfill this acid property while transaction any kind of transaction we are performing. So आपल्याला तर आता नॉन सिरियल शेड्यूल तर करायचंच आहे, वेटिंग टाइम तर आपल्याला वाढवायचं नाहीये, बट रिझल्ट तर असा हवे की जसं आपण सिरियल शेड्यूल ट्रान्झॅक्शन परफॉर्म केल्यानंतर होतो. इज इट? सो हाऊ इज इट पॉसिबल? सो देयर इज अ कन्सेप्ट ऑफ द serializability now. See, scheduling is the important to manage the transactions. तो सिरियली तर आपण करू शकतो, बट आता जसं आपण रेल्वे रिझर्वेशन सिस्टीमचं एक्झाम्पल घेतलं, जर एका वेळी एकच युजर जर विदिन इंडिया जर हँडल करत असेल डेटाबेस, तर किती आपला वेटिंग टाइम वाढेल जस्ट फॉर रिझर्वेशन. तुम्ही त्याच्यावर का आयडिया घेऊ शकता. तो नॉन सिरियल तर ट्रान्झॅक्शन हे प्रॅक्टिकली होतात, पण ते कसे होतात तर ते serializability होतात. So what's that serializability? So maintain the transaction consistency while we are performing non-serial transactions. Serializability is important. What's that? When multiple transactions are running concurrently, then there is a possibility that the database may be left in an inconsistent state. So serializability is a concept that helps us to check whether the schedules are serializable. A serializable schedule is the one that always leaves our database is in consistent state. If after executing non-serially, if it maintains the serializability, it holds the serializability, then we can say that our database is in a consistent state. So serial schedule is always a serializable schedule, no doubt, because in serial schedule transaction only start when the order of transaction finish execution. एकानंतर एक होतं, तर त्याच्यामध्ये इंटरफेरन्स हे दोन ट्रान्झॅक्शन मध्ये नाहीच आहे, त्यामुळे ते इच अँड एव्हरी टाइम कन्सिस्टंट स्टेट मध्ये असतं. प्रॉब्लेम कधी आहे, जेव्हा ते कन्सिस्टंट स्टेट मध्ये आहे की नाही हे चेक करायचा प्रॉब्लेम कधी आहे, जेव्हा आपण नॉन सिरियली शेड्यूल करतो. देन वी हॅव टू चेक द सिरियलायझिबिलिटी. ओके, जेव्हा आपण नॉन सिरियल शेड्यूल ने ट्रान्झॅक्शन एक्झिक्युशन चालू असतं, तर त्याची कन्सिस्टन्सी मेंटेन करण्यासाठी आपल्याला सिरियलायझिबिलिटी आहे की नाही त्या शेड्यूलची, वी हॅव टू चेक दॅट वन. सो नॉन सिरियल शेड्यूल an n number of transaction is to be serial schedule if it is equivalent to the serial schedule of those n transaction. Okay, as we know, the serial schedule doesn't allow the concurrency, only one transaction execute at a time, but we want the concurrency, as well as it gives the result as a serial schedule giving to maintain the consistency. So there are two types of serializability. Which are those then? Conflict serializability, view serializability. सिरियलायझिबिलिटीचा कन्सेप्ट कळत आहे का, पर्पज का आहे हे कळत आहे का? आर यू गेटिंग स्टुडंट्स, और मे आई रिपीट? व्हॉट इज सिरियलायझिबिलिटी? इट्स वन काइंड ऑफ प्रोसेस. ही एक प्रोसेस आहे, जेव्हा मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम काय होतं माहिती का, नॉन सिरियली आपण ओव्हरलॅपिंग ऑपरेशन्स परफॉर्म करतो दोन ट्रान्झॅक्शन मध्ये, तर डेटा इनकन्सिस्टंट स्टेट मध्ये आपला डेटाबेस राहायचा चान्स असतो. बट अकॉर्डिंग टू ऍसिड प्रॉपर्टी वी हॅव टू फुलफिल ऑल दिस प्रॉपर्टी, वी हॅव टू मेंटेन. मग नॉन सिरियली तर आपल्याला एक्झिक्यूट करायचं आहे टू सेव्ह अवर टाइम. वेटिंग टाइम नकोय आपल्याला, अगेन रिसोर्स युटिलायझेशन पण पाहिजे, बट स्टील आपल्याला रिझल्ट असा हवाय की जो सिरियली ट्रान्झॅक्शन एक्झिक्यूट केल्यानंतर जसा डेटाबेस आपला कन्सिस्टन्ट असेल तसाच आपल्याला नॉन सिरियली डेटा एक्झिक्युशन करून सुद्धा हवाय, राईट? मग हे आपल्याला कसं करता येईल, तर आपल्याला नॉन सिरियल डेटा ट्रान्झॅक्शन नंतर आपल्याला सिरियलायबिलिटी त्याच्यावर अप्लाय करावी लागेल. सिरियलायबिलिटी अप्लाय कर ही एक प्रोसेस आहे टू चेक की डेटाबेस हा कन्सिस्टंट स्टेट मध्ये आहे की नाही, आणि जर आपला डेटाबेस हा सिरियलायबिलिटीचे जे रूल्स आहेत ते फुलफिल करत असेल तर आपला डेटाबेस consistent state मध्येच असेल आफ्टर एक्झिक्युशन नॉन सिरियली टू. Okay, so to check that one, there are two types: conflict serializability and view serializability. आतापर्यंत आपण एवढं बघितलं आहे. Is there any doubt? Yes. Any question? Are you getting, students?
Yes, ma'am. No doubt, ma'am.
Okay, let's proceed. So at a glance we can see the difference between the serial schedule as well as the serializable schedule. Serial schedule, there is a no concurrency is allowed, but in serializable concurrency is allowed. And serial schedule not allowing the concurrency, all the transaction necessarily execute serially one after the other, and in serializable multiple transaction can execute concurrently. This is the main difference. And serial schedule leads to less resource utilization because we are executing any transaction one after another. But in serializable, utilization of the resource as well as CPU throughput get improved. And though the serial schedule is simpler, serial schedule are less efficient as compared to serializable schedule due to above reasons. And serializable schedule are always better than the serial schedule. If you want to note it down, just note down. Okay. Now, here, schedule in DBMS, there are different types: serial schedule, non-serial schedule. We already seen that one, as well as the in non-serial schedule. Schedule may be serializable or it may be a non-serializable. And serializable having again two types, that is the conflict serializable and the view serializable. Okay, so let's see now the conflict schedule. So conflict serializable schedule. If a given non-serial schedule, yes, we are applying the serializability on a non-serial schedule only, because the serial schedule is each and every time in a consistent state. It maintains the consistency. So there is a need of to checking the whether the transaction is in consistency or not. We have to apply it on the non-serial schedule only. We are checking that one by applying the serializability. There are two types, conflicts and view. If a given serial schedule can be converted into a serial schedule by swapping its non-conflict operations, then it is called as a conflict serializable schedule. When the specific schedule is called as a conflict serializable, when we are non-serial schedule can be converted into serial schedule by swapping its non-conflicting operations. What is the conflicting operation we will see now, and which are the non-conflicting? By swapping non-conflicting operation, then and we are converting into conflict serializable, then that schedule can be a serializable one. See, if specific schedule is in conflict or it may be a view, then if it is maintained that one, then that schedule is a consistent state. So what is the conflicting operation? See, two operations are called conflicting operation. There are three conditions. Two operations are called conflicting operations if all the following conditions hold true for them. The दोन ऑपरेशन्स आहेत एका ट्रान्झॅक्शन मधले दोन ऑपरेशन कॉन्फ्लिक्ट कधी म्हणू आपण जेव्हा ते कधी ते खालील कंडिशन्स फुलफिल करत असतील तर. The first condition is what? Both the operations belong to the different transactions. Both the operations belong to the different transaction. First one. Both the operations are on the same data item. Both the operations are handling the same data item. And at least one of the two operations is a write operation. Okay, so then we can call that two operations are the conflicting operations. Okay, so it order any conflicting operations in the same way as a sum serial execution. A pair of operations is said to be conflict. दोन ट्रान्झॅक्शन मधले जे ऑपरेशन्स आहेत इट मे बी अ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट इफ दे ऑपरेट ऑन अ सेम डेटा. म्हणजे ते ए डेटा हँडल करत असेल, ट्रान्झॅक्शन T1 हा ए डेटा हँडल करत असेल तर ट्रान्झॅक्शन T2 सुद्धा ए डेटा हँडल केला पाहिजे. ओके, ऑपरेट ऑन अ सेम डेटा आयटम अँड वन ऑफ देम इज द राईट ऑपरेशन्स. हे आपण तीन रूल्स बघितले. ते दोन डिफरंट ट्रान्झॅक्शन पाहिजेत. डिफरंट जरी ट्रान्झॅक्शन असतील तर सेम डेटा हँडल केला पाहिजे. हे सेकंड झालं. आणि सेम डेटा जर हँडल करत असेल तर त्यातलं एक ऑपरेशन हे रीड ऑपरेशन्स पाहिजे. हे तीन जर फुलफिल झाल्या कंडिशन्स तर दॅट इज नथिंग बट द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ऑपरेशन. अँड कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ऑपरेशन असेल तर दॅट इज नथिंग बट द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सिरियलायझेबल स्केड्यूल. ओके, तर आता आपण एक्झाम्पल बघूयात. सी, जे काही आपण आता रूल्स बघितले तेच फक्त आता बघतोय की कधी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट होतात आणि कधी नॉन कॉन्फ्लिक्ट आहेत. सपोज ट्रान्झॅक्शन I performing read operation on X. Transaction I performing read operation on X. At that time, transaction J, I आणि J हे दोन ट्रान्झॅक्शन आहेत. transaction J again performing the read operation on a same, then it's a non-conflict. That is the read operations. Then transaction I performing read operation X and write operation on X, transaction J, then it's a conflict. That is the read write. सेम आपल्याला माहिती आहे आता की 3 कंडिशन काय आहेत, 2 सेपरेट ट्रान्झॅक्शन पाहिजेत. इथे काय होते, 2 सेपरेट ट्रान्झॅक्शन आहेत, 2 सेम डेटा आयटम वरच ऑपरेट करतात, एक्सच आहे, बट वन ऑफ देम इज द राईट ऑपरेशन. ही कंडिशन ही फुलफिल होत नाहीये, दॅट्स वाय इट्स अ नॉन कॉन्फ्लिक्ट. आता इथे बघा की येस 2 वेगळे ट्रान्झॅक्शन आहेत, आय आणि जे. एक जण रीड करताय, दुसरा राईट करतो आहे. म्हणजे वन ऑफ देम इज द राईट ऑपरेशन, हे पण आहे. आणि मधलं काय होतं, बोथ आर ऑपरेशन ऑन द सेम डेटा. येस, सेम डेटावर आहे, म्हणून इट्स अ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट वन. थर्ड वन, राईट आय, रीड जे on X only. So different transaction, same data, that is the X. One of the read operation, yes, is it? So it's a conflict one. These are the rules. We have to remember that rules to maintain, to check the serializability. आणि आपलं जर ट्रान्झॅक्शन हे serializability मेंटेन करत असेल तर that transaction is the consistent transaction, so that's why we have to check that one. Okay, so आता इथे बघा, write I आणि on X and write J on X again. Different transaction आहेत, same data आहेत, one of the right operation आहे, so again it's a conflict. So that is the right operation. Okay, so in this schedule now, here is the example. Transaction T1 and transaction T2 is going on. First, write one of A, R1 of A. मग इथे काय आहे, पॅरलली नंतर राईट वनच होते. म्हणजे इथे सिरियली झालं थोडस, म्हणून आपण डायरेक्टली राईट वन ऑफ ए अँड आफ्टर दॅट आपण ट्रान्झॅक्शन T2 ला जातोय, तर तिथे काय होतंय, R2 ऑफ ए होते, म्हणजे राईट अँड रीड होतोय. आणि सेम डेटा आहे का, येस, ए वरच ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म होते, राईट अँड रीड. सो these transaction are conflicting operation. 2 डिफरंट ट्रान्झॅक्शन आहेत, सेम डेटावरच काम करत आहेत, ए. आणि तिसरं काय होतं आपलं की त्यापैकी एक हा राईट ऑपरेशन्स पाहिजे. सो इथे राईट अँड रीड आहे, येस, देन इट्स अ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट serializable one. So in this way we have to check the conflict serializable. So because it is a conflict serializable, that means after execution of this transaction it maintain the consistency after the transaction 2. Then the next is the view serializability. Yes, this is another method, another way. The view serializability is a process to find out that a given schedule is a view serializable or not. 2 types आहेत. हा second one आहे, view serializability. To check whether a given schedule is view serializable, we need to check whether the given schedule is view equivalent or not. View serializable आहे की नाही हे बघण्यासाठी आपल्याला ते schedule view equivalent आहे की नाही हे चेक करावं लागतं. A schedule will view serializable if it is a view equivalent. What's that we will learn now. Don't worry about that. To a serial schedule. If a schedule is a conflict serializable, then it will be a view serializable, and the view serializable which does not conflict serializable contains blind writer. See, again view serializability त्या ट्रान्झॅक्शन मध्ये स्केड्यूल मध्ये आहे की नाही हे बघण्यासाठी 3 कंडिशन आहेत. इफ द स्केड्यूल विल व्ह्यू serializable if it is a view equivalent, first view equivalent, and if schedule is a conflict serializable then it automatically view serializable आहे. याच्यासाठी मी एक एक्झाम्पल देईन की एखादा स्केड्यूल जर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सिरियलायझेबल असेल तर तो ऑटोमॅटिकली व्ह्यू सिरियलायझेबल मध्ये येतो. बट एखादा स्केड्यूल व्ह्यू सिरियलायझेबल आहे म्हणजे तो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट असेल असं नाही. इट मे और इट मे नॉट. फॉर एक्झाम्पल रिअल लाईफ, सपोज तुळशीबागेचं एक्झाम्पल घेतलं तर इट्स विदिन अ पुणे ओनली. बट पुणे म्हटलं तर तुळशीबागच आहे असं नाही होत. तुळशीबाग इज अ पार्ट ऑफ पुणे, राईट? बट होल पुणे इज नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ तुळशीबाग, लाईक दॅट. ओके. So view serializable which does not conflict serialize contains the blind writes most of the time. These are the 3 conditions. Okay. So let's take the example of view serializable. Not example. First of all, we will see what is the view equivalent. View equivalent. Now here we are considering the 2 schedule, not a 2 transaction. While there is a conflict serializability, we are considering transaction T1 and transaction T2. Okay, within the same schedule. But now here view equivalent, schedule S1 and schedule S2. These are the 2 different schedule, and in that 2 transaction, 3 there more than 2 transactions are over there. So makes sense, there is a difference. Okay, so 2 schedule S1 and S2 are said to be a view equivalent if they satisfy the following conditions. Which are conditions? Those initial read, first one is the initial read, second one is the update read, and third one is the final write. These are the 3 conditions. When specific schedules fulfilling these 3 conditions, then that schedules are called as a view equivalent. And if these fulfilling these 3 conditions, then it is a view equivalent. And as a view equivalent schedule is a view serializable, and it is a maintain the consistency. See, एवढं सगळं चाललं आहे ते कशासाठी चाललंय की वेदर द नॉन सिरियल ट्रान्झॅक्शन आपण ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करतोय, पण त्याच्यानंतरच जे आपल्याला रिझल्ट आहे तो कन्सिस्टन्स मध्ये असेल का नाही हे चेक करण्यासाठी आहे. आणि मग आपण कधी म्हणणार तो कन्सिस्टंट मध्ये असेल तर आयदर इट मीट्स द conflicts serializability or view equivalent. कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सिरियलायझिटी असेल किंवा व्ह्यू सिरियलायझिटी असेल तर त्यावेळी आपण म्हणणार. then first one is the initial read. These are the 3 conditions we are learning. First condition, initial read. And initial read of the both schedule, 2 आहेत S1 आणि S2 schedule आहेत. and initial read of both schedules must be the same. Suppose initial read जे आपण पहिलं रीडिंग करणार आहे ते बोथ स्केड्यूलचं सेम असेल. सपोज हिअर 2 schedule S1 and S2. In schedule S1, just a minute. In schedule S1 and S2, if transaction T1 reading data item A, then in transaction S2, T1 should also read the data item A only. So above two transaction S1 and S2 are view equivalent because initial read operation S1 is done by T1 and in S2 it is done by the T1 itself. That's why these two transactions are the view equivalent. It fulfilling the first condition, that is the initial read. Now, what's the update read? Let's see. This is the second condition to check whether the view equivalent or not. In schedule S1, here the S1, if TI is reading A, which is updated by TJ, means after write operation, TI is reading the A. Then in S2 also, TI should read A, which is updated by TJ only. See. Now, see A over here. Here, read A operation performed by the T3. T3 reading A, which is updated by T2. T3 A read करत आहे जे T2 ने अपडेट केलेला A आहे. अगेन ओव्हर हियर T3 A रीड करत आहे, पण तो अपडेट कोणी केलेला आहे? T1 ने अपडेट केलेला आहे, कारण की करंटली राइट ऑपरेशन हा इथे झालेला आहे. So whether it's the view equivalent? No, because इथे T3 reading A, which is updated by the T2, but here T3 reading A, which is updated by the T1. हा, हे जर असंच असलं असतं वरती as it is copy paste असलं असतं, then it's a updated read झालेलं असतं. But these two schedules are not view equal because in S1 T3 reading A updated by T2, and in S2 T3 reading A, which is updated by T1. Okay. Then the final write, initial read, updated read. Now last one is the final write. See, this is the third conditions for a view equivalent. A final write must be the same between the both schedule. Final write should be the same between both the schedule. If schedule S1, in schedule S1, if transaction T1 updates A at last, then in S2 final operation should also be done by the T1 itself. म्हणजे ज्यांनी फायनल राईट केलेलं आहे S1 मध्ये, त्यांनीच S2 मध्ये सुद्धा फायनल राईट केलेलं पाहिजे. Now see over here, T1, T2, T3. There are 3 transactions in S1 and again 3 transactions in S2. मग फायनल राईट कोणी केलेला आहे इथे? T3 ने केलंय ना S1 मध्ये. मग S2 मध्ये कोणी केलेला आहे? A नेच T3 नेच केलेला आहे, राईट A. So above two schedule will be equal because final write of in S1 is done by T3 and in S2 it is also done by the T3 itself. That's why it fulfills the condition, that is a final write. So these operations are these schedule are the view equivalent. Okay. Let's take an example now. Whether there are two schedules are over there, S1 and S2. One is the serial and another is the non-serials. And after execution, we want the S1 is a non-serial, but S2 is a serial of a S1. If we can prove that they are view equivalent, then we can say that given schedule S1 is also view serializable. समजतंय का की फास्ट होते का? Are you getting, students? Okay. So let's check the initial read for a S1. So read first आपण read X केलेला आहे and then write X केलेला आहे. And we are accessing two data over here, X and Y. So checks the initial read for the X as well as the Y too. In schedule S1 transaction T1 first reads the data item X. इथे डेटा आयटम X हा रीड केलेला आहे. And in a so transaction T1 first read the item X only. Let's check for the Y now. In schedule S1 transaction T1 first read the data item Y. And in S2 also the first read operation of Y is performed by the T1. See. So we check the both data item X and Y, and the initial read condition is satisfied for S1 and S2. See, S1 हे नॉन सिरियल आहे आणि S2 हे सिरियल आहे, जे हे नॉन सिरियलचंच कॉपी आहे. पण आपण इथे चेक करत आहोत, राईट? जर आपण नॉन सिरियली जे S1 आहे ते सिरियली एक्झिक्यूट करायचं ठरवलं तर ते याच वेळी करणार, राईट? Now, इनिशियल रीड झालं, नंतर फायनल राईट चेक करत आहोत आपण. म्हणजे फायनल राईट म्हणजे शेवटी राईट ऑपरेशन X वर कुणी केलेलं आहे S1 मध्ये आणि S2 मध्ये कुणी केलेलं आहे. Here in schedule S1 the final write operation on X is done by the T2. इथे बघा, write is done by the T2. Just a minute. And in S1, S2, the transaction T2 perform the final write on X. So let's check for a Y. In S1, the final write of Y is done by the T2. Here again, the final write is done by the T2 itself on a Y also. So we check the both data item X and Y, and the final write condition is satisfied in a S1 as well as the S2. That means it's fulfilling the final write condition too. So now let's check the third one. That is the updated read. Now Just- Updated read in S1 transaction, T2 reads the value of X. In S1 transaction, T2. Here T2 reads the value of X. Written by the T1. In also in S2, the same transaction, T2 reads the value of X, which is updated by the T1. So again in S1, T2 reads the value of Y, which is written by the T1, and in S2 again the same transaction, T2 reads the value of Y, which is updated here, which is updated by the T1. Then the updated condition also satisfied the both the conditions. So at the end of here, the result is, since all the three conditions that checks whether the two schedules are view equivalent are satisfied. So which means the S1 and S2 are the view equivalent. So we know that the schedule S2 is a serial schedule of S1. Thus, we can say that the schedule S1 is a view serializable schedule. Okay. So this is all about the serializability. Then we learn the conflicts as well as the view serializable. Today we are stopping here only. If is there any doubt, let me know, please. Any doubt, any query?
No, ma'am.
Okay, attendance please.